inside every breath you breathe. I don't want to live a day without you. I just want to be the one that makes you happy.
Hello. This is a spur of the moment video. Somebody on YouTube was upset with me because I made a video of Sinjin's leftovers after he shedded. Where did he go? Oh, that's his tail. I thought this was his head. That means his head is over here. See, there he is. Yeah, there he is. So this person Paul, who was upset because I didn't show Sinjin. Oops. We're moving too quick, and he's being temperamental, and we don't want him to bite me. Was upset because I did not show Sinjin with his nice new fresh skin, only the dried out husk that he shedded. But the reason that I didn't put Sinjin out there freshly nice and new from his shedding is because I've only had this snake for a few weeks, and I don't know what snakes are like while they're shedding and shortly after they're shedding, and maybe they're cranky. Like right now, he's hissing. Right now, he seems to be a little bit cranky. So we're not going to do anything too aggravating to him. But I wanted to make a point. Actually, I don't really get to see much of him because of the way he is right now. There's his head right there. See? I wanted to make a point with the snake. I just saw the stupidest thing on Fox News. Well, it was called, what is it called? Anyway, I'll post a clip from it on this video at the end of this video, but so you know what I'm talking about. But you know, if you want to hear an overinflated windbag asshole, all you need to do is turn on Fox News. He is hissing, so I know he agrees. Seriously, I mean, what a place to go if you want to see an asshole go through his paces. Because anyway, it's like I have yet to see a Fox video that didn't insult atheists. It's like they bring atheists onto Fox and then say, oh, we don't care what you believe, and then promptly rip apart they try really hard to rip apart what atheists believe. Even though they don't care what atheists believe, they really want to rip apart and try to humiliate and degrade atheists. They bring them on the show as a way to try to humiliate and degrade them. Luckily, it's usually the other way around. At least in this case, in this video, it was, and I enjoyed the video immensely. But at one point, this Fox News person says something about, oh, you're an atheist, so you believe nothing comes from nothing. I've said this before. There's no science that I know of that makes that claim. The only thing that I know of, I'm looking at my Bible right now. It's holding up the camera. It's one of the books I have piled up because I don't have a tripod. I did, but it broke. Anyway, it's very dirty since I threw it in the mud. It looks pretty sad. Anyway, hey Christians, here's a tip. If you want to look especially holy and impress your other Christian friends, throw your Bible in the mud, and tear out some of the pages and make it look like shit. Because then it'll look old and it'll look like you've had it in your family it'll make it look like you've been out in the woods with it and everywhere imaginable with it. And it'll make you look really especially holy to all your Christian friends. So I highly recommend chucking your Bible in the mud. It's very effective. It's a good prop once it's all nice and dirty and raggedy looking. So anyway, I don't know of a single science that makes the claim that nothing comes from nothing, or something comes from nothing, or whatever the fuck the stupid Fox person / asshole said. Christians are the ones that make the claim. The Bible is what makes the claim. Christianity makes the claim that something comes from nothing. Oh, everything has to have a creator. Everything complex has to have a creator, except for God. God just always was. There's no explanation for how he got there because he was always there. Nothing had to create God. Everything needs a creator. Everything has to have an intelligent designer. Except God. God was just there. He was just always there because the book says so. That's why. Because my dad and mom told me that when I was a kid. Because the church says, so it must be true. Do you know how stupid that sounds? That would be like me saying, all animals on the planet, right, were created by an intelligent, creator. Except for snakes. Snakes were always there. Can I touch you now? Are you going to let me touch you? Are you going to bite me? He's not acting his normal happy self. He's acting kind of cranky. Ooh, scary. Anyway, snakes were always there. They were just floating around in emptiness for all, since actually not snakes plural, just this snake here. This snake didn't have a creator. Everything else did. Everything else requires a creator. But not this snake right here. It's always existed. Yeah, at the very beginning, there was darkness, and the snake was there. Just there. He's always been there. Just always been there. There's no explanation. Doesn't need to be. Just existed from the very beginning. It's like, poof, there was darkness, and the snake was there. And he just kind of floated around in space, doing absolutely nothing for countless millennium. Just there, doing nothing, just existing for no reason at all. And he didn't need a creator because he was always there. Yep. Why do Christians look at this and think this makes any sense? That they can say, oh, the universe needs a creator, It can't just, everything has to have something creating it, except God. God doesn't need a creator. God just came from nothing. He just popped into existence. He was something from nothing. And that's acceptable. That makes sense to Christians. God's the big exception to the rule. Yeah, everything else has this rule except for God. He just was always there, I guess, Well, it's because we just don't know. There's just some things that Christians just don't know, But that doesn't mean it's not true just because we don't know it. Gee, and how many times do I hear Christians pick on science because science doesn't know everything yet? Well, what existed before the universe? Well, science doesn't know that yet. Well, that's because science is wrong and God exists, and he's always existed. Sorry, a little sarcasm. I'm not showing much of the snake. Let me see if I can go back. I always use, nope, that's as far back as I could go. Want to see him? See, he's much smoother. He's much smoother than he was before. Very smooth. And he's cranky. It also could be because it's morning, and usually I don't ever take him out in the morning. I usually let him decide, when he wants to make his first little excursion, from where he likes to sleep. And this morning I just scooped him up. And he's probably pissed. He's probably going, I haven't had my coffee yet. God, I look horrible in the morning. Poor little guy. But anyway, he actually, his colors are a little bit more vibrant now. And he's really soft. He's just really, really soft. Snakes are not slimy, contrary to what some people think. They're not slimy. They feel really, really wonderful. I think, with the exception of my bearded dragon who's got spines, I think reptiles feel really, really wonderful. They're smooth and soft and cool to the touch. It's really kind of a comforting feeling having touching a reptile. It's just really, I think they have a bad rap. But anyway, so that's my take on it. I'm going to put the little clip with the idiot on Fox News, either before or after this bit here, so you can see what I'm saying. That this Christian actually makes the claim that atheists, oh, you don't believe in anything. You think something comes from nothing. I get so tired of hearing Christians say that. And this is some guy on the news, if you want to call Fox News, which I don't. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It's like Jerry Springer. What is it? Jerry Springer of the news world. Anyway, now you can kind of get a look. He probably doesn't look any different on camera. It's more how he feels than how he looks, I think. He's like Jerry Springer of the news world. That's what Fox News is, and I hate Fox News with a passion. It's like a bunch of sexist, bigoted idiots getting on the air and putting down other people, basically. So that's it. If you want to look up something that preaches that something comes from nothing, look at Christianity, look at the book of Genesis. That's what that religion teaches. There's no science that I know of that teaches that something comes from nothing. There's no science that says that. There's no atheists that I know of that says that either. The only ones that say that something comes from nothing is Christianity, and I suspect probably the other Abrahamic religions do the same thing. So anyway, trying to get him in the screen so Paul can see him with his nice new coat. See, look at his eyes. See how bright they are now? See? Can you see his eyes? He's not being very cooperative. Very bright. Very, very bright. He's got very bright eyes where before they were cloudy, because he was about to shed. So anyway, if you've been watching, thank you. Bye. Gotta find the camera off switch.
Silberman, he is the president of American Atheists, a group that put up that billboard. You didn't even have your own money. You had to get it from somebody else, a donor?
Well, we have lots of donors at American Atheists.
All right. I don't really care what your views are. I get it. You don't believe in God. That's fine. You're free to believe whatever you believe. Is it just Christians you're picking on, by the way? In other words, have you ever done a billboard campaign against people that are Jewish or Muslims?
Yes, we have.
And what have you done against the Muslims?
We put up a billboard in Elizabeth, New Jersey that said, you know it's a myth in Arabic. And we put up a billboard in Brooklyn that said, you know it's a myth in Hebrew. What was the reaction? Actually, the Islamic billboard, the Islamic people were actually all about, well, this is a free country and you can say what you want, and some people agreed and some people disagreed.
Well, look at the reaction to the Danish cartoons, or look at the reaction to this YouTube video, or Salman Rushdie and the Satanic Verses. There's been some very...
But you know what that is? That's actually a form of terrorism. That's actually a form of them getting us to obey their religious beliefs without imposing the rule of law on it. They scare us into obeying their religious beliefs. It's against their religion that we're not
care what you believe. I get it. You're an atheist. I'm not going to sit here and convince you. You believe nothing can come out of nothing, which is what I believe atheists in the end have to believe. But that's not the argument. You want to insult people. You want to attack them. You want to... stick them in the ribs on their holiday.